Wander Over Yonder is a Disney Channel cartoon created by Craig McCracken. McCracken is also the creator of the classic Cartoon Network shows Powerpuff Girls and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Wander Over Yonder was originally going to be a graphic novel series, but it was reworked to be a Disney Channel show.
A star being of infinite power will come forth and grant whoever stands here a single wish. And my wish will be to control the entire universe.
Probably wondering where my best pal Sylvia is, huh?
No! Soon as star being. No, I said that already. No, where was I?
Wander is a fuzzy orange alien from an unknown species. He has a big heart and spends his life traveling around the universe making friends and solving problems alongside his best friend Sylvia. Sylvia is a Zabornak with a bit of an aggressive personality. She is willing to resort to violence to solve problems, while Wander likes to resort to hugs. Their opposite personalities is part of what makes them such great friends. There's also a reoccurring villain named
I'm sorry. Were you watching something? Too bad! I, Lord Hater, planetary conqueror and #1 superstar, have taken over your airwaves to give you the privilege of witnessing my most impressive and evil deed unfold live.
Yeah, him. Lord Hater and his army of watchdogs led by Commander Peepers have been trying to conquer the galaxy for ages, but they're always stopped by Wander. Well, never directly stopped. They usually fail because Hater is so obsessed with destroying Wander, and that gets in the way of their galactic conquest.
You wasted so much time chasing him around the universe that you've lost any standing you had as a real villain. You're more like 29th greatest in the galaxy, which is why we need to get back in the game and conquer as many planets as possible. Hater!
Peepers, that's totally what I'm trying to do, but Wander totally took our flag!
Sir, the flag is really just symbolic.
No!
The show takes place across all different types of unique planets in a large galaxy. And unlike some modern-day cartoons, there's not much need for explanation. You're just able to understand the rules of the show's alien universe by seeing the characters act. Nobody needs to stop and explain why things work the way they do. Season 1 is like a traditional cartoon, but Season 2 plays out a bit differently. A new super evil villain is introduced, and episodes begin to focus on Wander and Sylvia's plan to stop them. The series is full of laughs and creativity, but if you aren't a fan of shows with little continuity, then you could skip straight to the second season where each episode is connected. You wouldn't be missing much character development, you just missed a lot of great classic cartoon comedy. This show has wonderful animation. It is very expressive, colorful, and stylized. It looks like it's animated in Flash, but I can't find any information saying that it actually is. I say it looks like Flash because there's a lot of motion tweening, where shapes of characters' limbs just sort of move around and change size rather than look fluent like hand-drawn animation. The motion tweening works really well here, and it gives the show a distinct style that makes it look different from McCracken's other work. The main voice cast is great. Each actor fits their character perfectly and they work well off each other. The show has an interesting way of using music. Typically the same type of melody plays depending on which character is speaking. Like when Wander is speaking, there's soothing banjo music, and whenever Hater is speaking, there's loud rock music. There's also a fair share of musical numbers throughout the series. Most of them are just from Wander fiddling with his banjo, and those are nice, but they're not too memorable. The best songs come from the episodes that use musical numbers in their climax and have multiple characters singing with or against each other.
Screwball, you try too hard.
Dr. Screwball, if you please, I've got an online PhD!
What I mean is, ask her a question.
A question?
Something about herself, a question.
A question?
You gotta focus on someone else, a question.
A question?
Something to show her that you'd really like to get to know her.
Sadly, Wander Over Yonder has come to an abrupt end since Disney didn't want another season. The series feels complete, but the writers did have a bit more planned that likely won't see the light of day. As of right now, you can only get Wander Over Yonder on digital services like iTunes or Amazon. It isn't available on legal streaming sites like Netflix or Hulu yet, and there is not and probably won't be any DVD releases. Wander Over Yonder is a fun and lighthearted series. It feels like a classic cartoon with memorable characters and some really great stylized animation. I give the series as a whole a B+. If you have already watched and enjoyed Wander Over Yonder, then I recommend watching Craig McCracken's other shows, Powerpuff Girls and Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, if you haven't seen them yet. I also recommend We Bare Bears and Harvey Beaks. Both are current cartoons with an upbeat and classic way of telling stories like Wander does. If you want something a bit different, I'd say check out Invader Zim. Zim and Wander have fairly similar structures and sci-fi elements. Zim just happens to be darker and more mean-spirited. That's all for this review. I'll hopefully see you again.
I, Lord Hater, planetary conqueror. Wait, did the camera just freeze?
I don't know, but if you let me down, I can...
I wasn't asking you, Wander. Stupid dumb face! It's doing it!
Did you try jiggling?
I am jiggling it, and it's not... Oh, it's working, it's
Let me take a look.
Okay, Wait! Get back on your rack! This is all your...